Oh my God! Carolyn? Cleveland?
Oh, hey, Brian. Close that window. You're letting all the stank out.
Howdy. Welcome back to Goose and Boots. The following is Brian's 7 worst relationships. Remember that this video is just a personal compilation, not a ranking. 7. Jess. Season 17's Dead Dog Walking may be one of the best Peter and Brian episodes, but the episode also proved that Jess was Brian's worst relationship choice. Brian meets a girl in a bar who has cancer, and the two go on a few dates. After learning she has only 2 weeks to live, Brian proposes. The two get married, but discover immediately after that Jess no longer has cancer, to Brian's dismay. After Peter teaches Brian the benefits of being a husband, Brian starts to let himself go, leading to various medical problems.
Oh! Oh! Holy crap, Brian, you okay?
Jess decides the best thing to do would be to put Brian down, but Peter eventually saves him.
Stop! That's my dog! Oh, Peter, thank God! You got here just in time.
You want to make $200?
I do. It's beautiful!
6. Bonnie. In this season 14 episode, Brian hears Bonnie crying in her bedroom during her 46th birthday party. He takes it upon himself to be the white knight and comfort her. This leads to an eventual kiss between the two that they swore to keep secret until Peter reveals it during a family game night.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
No, it's okay. I'd better go downstairs before Joe realizes I'm gone.
The two realize it was wrong what they did, but the conflict between Joe and Brian leads to an intervention for the couple. The intervention proves to have a negative effect on the two, and Bonnie decides to leave Joe and go on the road with Brian to pursue their individual dreams. The two realize they are terrible for each other, and the status quo is soon restored.
Of course I want to come home, Joe. I love you.
Wow, I guess just call me Cupid, huh? You're welcome.
5. Ellie. Brian may date a lot of human women, but he generally stays away from other animals, with the exception of Seabreeze. That was until the season 16 episode Boy Dog Meets Girl Dog, where Brian meets another dog at the vet. The two go on a date whereafter she reveals she is under contract to breed with the winner of an upcoming dog show. Naturally, Brian signs up for the aforementioned dog show.
Stewie, we're entering a dog show. Where's Stewie?
He ate me!
I ate him.
Once again, Stewie explains that he shouldn't be trying so hard for Ellie, but as always, he ignores Stewie's warnings. Through rigorous training, Brian was able to successfully win the race and beat a dog Ellie breeds with, until Brian realizes he is unable to perform under pressure. The two realized they would not be able to have a real relationship and were forced to say their goodbyes to one another.
Hey, let's talk.
I guess this is goodbye.
I guess it is. I'll always remember you, Brian.
And I'll always remember you, Ellie.
I promised to name one of the puppies after you. Let's just cross our fingers. It's not one of the ones he eats.
4. Padma. In an episode where Brian's obsession with finding love gets a little too weird, he ends up falling for a girl who works at Apple support in India. He somehow manages to build a relationship out of phone calls to her support line and still never mentions the fact that he's a dog, despite the multiple attempts of Stewie trying to warn Brian that his doing isn't a good idea. The two go to India to meet Padma in person.
You think all those chickens had to buy tickets?
I don't know, but I'm starving. What I wouldn't give right now for a big, juicy steak.
How dare you? To us, cows are sacred. That's right. You are disrespecting our entire culture.
Luckily for Brian, she is an attractive young woman like he expected. He also attempts to stop an arranged marriage for her for his own selfish reasons. Ultimately, she decides to not marry either of the men, which leads Brian to complaining about the unnecessary lengths he took to get there, and is eventually sent back home with his tail between his legs.
Brian, I am deeply touched that you came all this way to find me. But the truth is, you and I have very little in common.
Well, I could learn. I mean, there's got to be an old Carmen Sandiego episode on India or something.
Brian, punt.
3. Carolyn. In this episode of Season 7, Brian and Stewie go to a bookstore where Brian vents to Stewie about not being able to find love because of different political and religious views. So naturally, he meets a girl in the same bookstore who grabs the same book as Brian, which happened to be a book about atheism.
Whoops.
I'm sorry.
I don't think you want this book. It's all about atheism.
Oh, I know. I'm an atheist.
Really? So am I.
It's all yours. I feel bad taking the last copy.
Well, there's one way to settle this. If there is a God, send another copy. I guess that's our answer.
The two were not a bad couple per se, but Brian was fed some bad advice from Stewie, leading to her cheating on him with Cleveland, and eventually Quagmire. It remains unclear whether or not the two could have had a meaningful relationship if Stewie didn't interfere, but it's safe to say Carolyn won't be returning in future seasons.
Oh my God! Carolyn? Quagmire?
Cleveland, close the window. You're letting the stank out.
2. Cheryl Tiegs. Cheryl Tiegs wasn't a bad person, but her relationship with Brian was doomed because of the reason the two got together in the first place. When Brian struggles to get another date with a girl he met at the police station, he joins Quagmire's class on picking up women with negative results.
Too bad. Here's my class receipt. Now teach me how to find love.
All right, fine. But you lick yourself once in this class and you're out.
Don't look. I spilled something.
Once he realizes the class only works for one-night stands and not real relationships, he decides to ask Tiegs out for a date out of spite of Quagmire by using the same tactics he learned in the class. This relationship did not last long because she was offended that she was used for something so petty.
Ha ha ha!
1. Jillian. She may be a fan favorite recurring character, but Jillian is still one of Brian's worst partners nonetheless. While her character always makes entertaining appearances, thanks in large part to Drew Barrymore's memorable voice work, she and Brian were complete opposites.
Come on, let's go out dancing.
I don't know. I'm feeling kind of cozy tonight, kind of mellow.
I just really want to go dance. Oh, there it is again. What is that?
The character even attended Brian's funeral in one of Family Guy's darkest episodes, Season 12's Life of Brian. Despite this, the two didn't really mesh together due to their differing values and intelligence, inevitably bringing their relationship to an end.
Well, Jillian, there's something we need to talk about.
What is it?
I, just wanted to spend some time with you.
What the hell? It took you 3 hours to break up with her?
Not exactly.
Well, what were you doing in there? What's that smell? It smells like sweat and anger and shame.
Yep.
And those are Brian's 7 worst relationships. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to support our channel. And if you don't like it or want to add something, please leave a comment to let us know. Goodbye and see you again.